bit of echo here, but the room is kind of big and spacious. I hope you're all well out there. I'm trying to keep you not waiting. Apologies for about the 6-minute wait. Yeah, so we're going to talk about what's going on with Renaldo here. So thanks for being here. And give me just a moment here and get rid of a few things. And then I'm going to, I need to get this open up so I can see your chat. What's this? So sorry about that. So I hope you're all well out there. Good evening. Yes, the word is an Arabic word meaning unbeliever. That is correct. But that's not the point here, and we're going to talk about it. So before I get into this, while I wait for this to load, we saw, if you watch Morning Shot, you will have seen a video by Byron Shepard and by Roman. And in that video, I think they did a pretty reasonable job explaining the situation. Now, they were not attacking Renaldo. They were making a point, and let me talk about that point. So here's the thing. Someone asked me to analyze this video. I did it last night, but let me explain to you. I saw the original video, which is from 15 years ago. I'm not talking about the first one that was posted, which includes no racist language whatsoever. It simply was hyperbole and overreaction by people. So that first video was Renaldo saying that during apartheid, black people were beaten and they were killed. And then he said the same thing is happening to whites now. This is 15 years ago, for context. And there's nothing racist in that statement. If it gives people chest pains that someone tells the truth, then that's their problem. That's not Renaldo's problem. So that first one was just a slimy attack on him that had no merit to it whatsoever. The second video, the one that's gotten all the attention, the Democratic Alliance today suspended Renaldo pending investigation into allegations. Now, that second video, I analyzed that last night, having seen the actual original video and having seen, well, before I actually saw the video, I analyzed it. Then I saw the video and it confirmed what I believe. And then I've seen the edited one. So the one that's making the rounds where Renaldo starts off using a K word and using the N word, that video is altered. It's not artificial intelligence. It's not manipulated, other than that they edited and moved those comments out of context and made it sound like the guy actually is a racist when he's not. It was hyperbole. He was making a statement politically saying that Malema and Zuma can get away with threatening the lives of people because of their skin color. But listen to this, if I said the following, and he said that, and then he followed up saying that I don't believe in that, but if I said that, then I would be the one in trouble. Now, under South African law, I'm not an attorney, but I'm familiar with the law in some respect. An attorney wants to jump in here. Donga, if you're here, you want to try this, can jump in. You are allowed in an academic sense or an explanatory fashion to explain or use that word, but you cannot use it against people with general respect. He wasn't even attacking people. Yes, well, the same standard must be applied. And ladies and gentlemen, let's think about this for a second. This is a very important point, and I appreciate 100 people being here at 11 o'clock at night. This is a very important point. There's a very real possibility that somebody, a civil society group or a law firm, will take up this case in defense of Renaldo. I'm not saying someone will. I'm saying there's a very good possibility. Why would that be? Because this could very well be the test case that undermines this cowardly law that the government put in place because words hurt their feelings. Now, I've been very outstanding and vocal about this, that South Africa's government isn't legitimate from a standpoint that they're afraid of words. And I don't want to hear the story how much the words hurt, because words hurt everybody. So yes, context is pretty straightforward. Perhaps he should have known better by saying what he did. Yes, Chaco, and it was very poor judgment. I said that last night. It was a very poor judgment on his part. He was 26, but it's still poor judgment. But that doesn't make him a racist. It also doesn't, in my view, warrant removal from Parliament. But I'm a rational person who believes in the rule of law and natural rights, and free speech is a natural right. And he should have been allowed to exercise that. He wasn't targeting any person. He wasn't defaming any person or group of people. He was putting it in context. Anyway, so, but in South Africa, it doesn't matter. The truth does not matter. Character assassination is the norm so often. And so we are seeing that unfold right here. What I'm saying is it's very likely that some group, some civil rights group or some law firm may very well take up this case to demolish that law which censors one group of South Africans while it gives free purchase to another group of South Africans to say all the racist things they want, including calling for people to be dead. So this may be the test case that changes South Africa. But that doesn't make the situation for Renaldo any better. Now, if you are someone who believes he's not a racist, and if you care about Renaldo in any way, what I would suggest is that you show him that you do care. Ladies and gentlemen, whether Renaldo is right or wrong, what I'm about to say, it isn't germane whether he's right or wrong. But I can guarantee you at this hour, he's probably one of the loneliest people in the country, even though he's loved and he has a wife. He is toxic and radioactive to people right now, not because of who he is, but because of the politics in South Africa. And it must be a very lonely place to be at this moment. If you have any compassion whatsoever, if you're angry at Renaldo, if you think he was stupid, that's your prerogative, and I'm not trying to sway your opinion, I'm not trying to affect you. I'm just trying to put this in context so people realize it. That I suspect that he's hurting a great deal right now. I would appreciate some compassion from people who care about him. So, I mean, you can do that in multitude of ways. One way that people could is if someone in South Africa is able to start a Back a Buddy campaign to raise legal fees, because he has a good case for defamation of character. He has a great case for criminal injuria. And in fact, the people who took his content and altered it are the ones that will likely be charged with crimes in the Equality Court, because Renaldo made those comments in context to explain how those things are inappropriate. What's this? Like he said once on the stream, when this crap, you just want to pull the internet. Yeah, exactly. But you can't. The internet is forever. So the people who altered his video are guilty of committing the crimes that they're accusing Renaldo of, because they took his comments and intentionally edited it to remove the context so that they presented a video of someone saying those comments out of context, and that is actually a crime. So understand this, folks. The people who altered the video are guilty of criminal conduct here, and it is easy enough for forensics experts to find you. So whomever you are, wherever you reside, I hope that you have a retainer for attorneys as well. Declan Kelly says, I don't know how he got where he got. Well, a fair point, but I don't know that you live in his ward and have been a recipient of his governance. I don't live in his ward, but I have been to Port Elizabeth a number of times, and I've seen the impact of it. And I have seen citizens who are very grateful for his conduct and for the things he's done in the ward. So, I mean, I can't speak beyond that. I'm not defending Renaldo. I'm not attacking him. I'm simply stating things factually that I've seen, Declan. Art says he's a great ward counselor. Yeah, he's a ward counselor. And people absolutely adore the job he does. Honestly, even people who are unhappy with services typically are okay with Renaldo or are happy with him. Yeah, folks, I don't know if he's watching it, but yeah, so Renaldo was watching the stream last night. So anyway, look, again, it's got to be just unsubscribed. I didn't know that video of him using racial slurs. I just thought he was anti-racist. Well, okay, Jono98806, again, then you've fallen victim to character assassination and have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker. The video that you watched was an edited video. Renaldo said those words. He did. He said those words. However, he was making an example, and he explained what he was doing before he said it and what it meant after he said it. He wasn't making that declaration. So, look, it was impolite, it was rude, it's disrespectful. Then that's the reality here. But people making judgments when they're looking at a video that's been altered, that's not right. But that's your prerogative. People want to unsubscribe from Renaldo. That's your prerogative. But I would suggest that people become better and more informed about what's going on before somebody says Renaldo bite the dust. Yeah, that's N. How you doing, N? I'm sure you're probably having orgasms tonight over this. And always extra crispy said exactly what's going to happen here. This will likely be a test case for free speech. The South African Constitution will address this. And as long as the courts aren't captured, I believe that we will see that this might change the conduct of law in this country. Yes, it's to distract away from the ANC. That's what it's all about. Ladies and gentlemen, this video has been there on the Wayback Machine forever. It's not new. It wasn't just posted. It's been there 15 years ago. The video was removed from YouTube in 2010, and it's been there forever. Thank you, Gold Maka, for subscribing to this channel. It's been there forever. This was a well-timed, intentional character assassination. But Byron and Roman said it correctly. Renaldo has been very hard on going after some folks, including Mama Joy and Gate McKenzie. And I'm not criticizing or defending his actions there. That's his prerogative. He believed that there was wasteful spending going on. I don't disagree with that with Mama Joy. I mean, why does a private citizen get free rides to go to world sporting events and when people are hungry and children are starving to death because the ANC can't spend funds for infant feeding programs? So, that's a fair point. But that created enemies, and enemies that are malicious and some who are dishonest. And that means that they will wait for the moment to strike. So this is a combination of them getting even, the flying monkey crowd, the leftist hate wanker crowd that wants to destroy Renaldo. They waited for their moment, they bided their time, and they've struck. But it's also a distraction from what's actually going on here. Ultra Danae is taking over with the leaked voice notes during the rounds. Hopefully there'll be arrests made. I don't know what you're talking about, Peter. Please tell me what that means. Saw that I don't believe Renaldo's guilty of anything since he's been against racism for years, exactly. And thank you, Gold Maka, for subscribing. People know the truth and love you, Renaldo, okay? Understand the full context. He was talking about kill the boar, however. Yes, he did, Jonah. He used racial slurs. And so that's sufficient to get someone canceled? Well, in South Africa it is. But the moment that a government fears the words and protects a group of people over another group of people, then that government ceases to be legitimate. It's just not real. Well, James says we don't need people kicking Renaldo down. Well, you're going to have some people do that. And if they're racist, then they'll get spanked. But I'm not going to censor people if they disagree with Renaldo. That's their prerogative. People find the words Renaldo said to be offensive. I understand that. You won't find me using the N-word in America because I think in America it's low class for people to use that, including black people to use that word. It's low class. But I'm not judging. So let me say hello to everybody in the chat and see who's here. Joking Atheist says, and I can say this, there's more about the DA than about RG. It's proving that DA recruits racist. No, Joking Atheist, that's not a fair assessment. I'm sorry, that's not a fair assessment. I don't know what to believe, have not followed from the beginning, but this is really hitting the media headlines. Yes, it's all intentional. And it doesn't matter what the truth is. It doesn't matter what the truth is. Jacques Vince says, I'm okay with Renaldo being ousted, but then the same standard must be applied. Yep. Now, lady, good evening to you. What a day. Yes, what a day. Well, what a day for me, and I wasn't even involved in any of that. Jan says, Marxist taxes plus fake courts run by ANC gangsters. Shaka says, context is pretty straightforward. Perhaps he should have known better than saying what he did. Agreed. Being a South African, we all know that's a forbidden word. It's a complicated situation. Indeed. But it was hyperbole. Are there any previously disadvantaged persons here? Says Chris. Good evening, Mark Purchase. And Jacques says, why should only whites be careful what they say? In fact, everybody should be careful what they say, given that you have a law that censors speech. I know I am. I don't openly call people racist. You'll notice I use the term race hustling because I'm talking about the action. I don't know if a person's a racist in their heart, and I'm not going to go to court over that nonsense. So when people behave as racist, I call that race hustling rather than calling them racist. Yep. In a cynical way, I believe people have been lying in wait. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. It's obvious, Sawyer, the timing of this. It's not like the video just like Renaldo posted last week. It's 15 years ago. It was removed from YouTube 14 years ago, and it was on the Wayback Machine, so somebody went and got it. They went through every video they possibly can, and the first one, and notice the first one, there was no merit to it. People called him a racist. The IOL ran irresponsible journalism, getting facts, basic facts wrong. I mean, simple things like the number of subscribers on his channel, they got it completely wrong. And they didn't care. Their editors didn't bother to check the story. And the first video said nothing racist, and they attacked him there. It didn't get sufficient traction because it was a lie. And guess what? Then this video comes out, an altered video, in which he said the words he said, but not in the fashion that was presented in the video. The law is, look, it's simple. The law is crap. We all have to follow it. Many people have been fired for a lot less, so change the law or walk on eggshells like the rest of us done for years. Exactly, and this may be the test case that changes the law. There's an article in News 24 where a legal analyst makes a case that Renaldo may find himself jailed under criminal injury. Yeah, well, I'm sure a legal analyst can make that, but I can make the same argument that Renaldo is exercising what is allowed under the law because he didn't attack an individual or group of people. He was making an academic point, and he was referencing in context to people singing Kill the Boer. So that legal analyst can have every opinion he wants. I can have every opinion I want. But when it goes to court, if it goes to court, it's up to the court to decide. Yeah. But the problem with criminal injury is you have to injure someone. Who is the injured party? 43 million black South Africans? That doesn't going to fly. Okay, so there are selective racists here. Therefore, I'm leaving. I don't understand what you're talking about, Chris. I don't understand what you're talking about. Hey, Amy, how you doing? And he says, the EA is going to drop Renaldo, and I hate to see it. A good guy doing good work, while context of a stupid video done in his youth gets blatantly ignored, and the point of this video gets proven. Chris says, supported Renaldo, don't much like him, but I know how selective racism plays sad people. Yep. Hey, Erica, the DA and most other political parties have stayed away from this issue, apart from AfriForum. So sorry your party failed us all. Ooh, Arctic, that's a slam on the DA. And DA have thrown Renaldo under the bus, Pierre. I don't think they have. Let's put that in context, too. Let's put that in context right now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being with us this late hour after 11 p.m. Please be sure to hit the like button. Renaldo's a non-entity. People here, really? Renaldo's a non-entity? Then why is it in every newspaper? And that's nonsensical. He may not be popular, but he's not a non-entity. If he was a non-entity, this wouldn't even be a story. Dude, your logic doesn't even make any sense. If Renaldo was a non-entity, he wouldn't even be a news story. This would be nothing. It'd be a local matter handled by the courts locally. It wouldn't even be in national news. But he is somebody. He's a member of parliament for the moment anyway. So get your story straight. But I don't agree with this point that the DA is throwing Renaldo under the bus. And let me explain why. Listen, there is a dual system of expectation in this country, as there is in America. And conservatives are held to a standard that no one else is held to. In South Africa, white South Africans in particular are held, and white males are held to a standard that most people aren't held to. So if the Democratic Alliance ignored this situation right now and didn't take any sort of action, they would come under incredible scrutiny, and rightly so. The ANC could get away with this. They could simply ignore this. Look at Paul Mashatile. He should be removed from government. Should not be the deputy president. The man is facing multiple charges. Why is Zandile Gumeda, why was she put back in the provincial legislature? This is unacceptable. The DA can get, or the ANC can get away with that, but the DA cannot get away with that because the media will crucify them, and this will cause pressure on their efforts to form a government. So the DA is in a position where they have to take, well, of course he's trending for the wrong reasons, and you're right. Absolutely. Absolutely he's trending for the wrong reasons. But the DA has to take action, and they haven't kicked him to the curb. That may be coming down the road, but what they've done, the Democratic Alliance has suspended him pending an investigation. That's prudent. You have to do that. You have to do that. I don't blame the DA, and I'm sure Renaldo doesn't blame the DA either when it comes to that. What else? I just unsubscribed, says Jonah. Well, thank you for sharing that, Jonah. Julie Dunks, it's a witch hunt. Yes, it is. Dave says he feels Renaldo. I know he never meant to hurt people. No, of course he didn't mean to hurt people. Please pass on to Renaldo. You can contact Lawrence Malin, an advocate who will do well from court. All right, okay. All right, send me a note, Chris. Send me a note in WhatsApp. All right. Renzo Tomasi, Back a Buddy. Yeah, if there's somebody here in South Africa that can start a Back a Buddy campaign to raise legal fees, because number one, again, as I suggested last night, the reporting by the independent line of unverified facts and false information is irresponsible, and it is criminal injury because it damages reputation and misled people. And quite frankly, the press ombudsman should be contacted. That takes a lawyer to do that. And the press ombudsman should be going to look at what the Times Live did and what the Independent Line has done. The News 24 in this case is pretty much just reported the information as it came out, and I think they're okay. But Independent Line intentionally or otherwise or lazily printed false information that's misleading, and the press ombudsman should be contacted over this. Beyond that, Renaldo, if he's charged with something, will have to defend himself, and if not, he will certainly, I would suspect, would most likely want to sue people for what's going on here, because the altering of his video has created a false impression, and he's going to need legal fees for that. So if somebody here has the wherewithal or ability to start a backup buddy campaign, I would ask that somebody do that and let us know. All right, Renzo Tomasi, how's it going? So I don't watch Renaldo, even if what he said is wrong. I bet you he'd go to lengths to improve the lives of blacks and whites. I think he's better for the country than most of the others. Yeah, he has gone to those lengths. That's why I found it so out of character to even see that video. Samir, hey, how you doing? I don't know him personally. However, I watched the video and subsequent videos. Seems as if the video is taken out of context. He clearly speaks out against racism and other videos on this channel for years. Yes, for years he has. Yep, absolutely. And says Renaldo bite the dust and is having a very good time here tonight. Always extra crispy. Renaldo's case will teach people what freedom of speech is. Arctic says all this is distract from ANC taking control. Yep. Jonas, I understand the full context that he was talking about kill the boar. However, he still used rape. Yes, he did, Jonah. He did. If that offends you, I appreciate that, and thank you for sharing. That's your prerogative, and I wouldn't question your prerogative. I saw that also don't believe Renaldo's guilty. Yep, okay. What else you got here? G-Source says, the thing I know is Renaldo's not the way his words have been misconstrued. Yep. Artie says, no, it won't be a test case. This should have been taken up by all parties years ago. Cowards, the whole lot. Well, Arctic, that's a very real possibility, and that's a shame. That's a shame. And that's a backlash. Oops, it jumped ahead of me here. Hang on. Back. Chat went way ahead. Come on. Oh, my goodness. What the heck is this? Joking, he says, massive backlash tells me it's not so much about Renaldo as it's about the DA. Renaldo just happens to be the weapon used at the expense of his career. Correct, joking atheist. And that's why I was surprised that you were harsh with him, but that's your privilege. Anita Jos and Jackie Rice retracted their comments. Chaco says, if so, there should have been resolved the issues years ago. The double standards in this country is disgusting. Renaldo does more for poor South Africa than most of his detractors. They've just been waiting to do this for years. Correct. Derek Stewart, he might be feeling hurt, just wondering how Gayton feels after being described by Renaldo every time you mention him as an ex-gangster. Yeah, well, Derek, very unfair of Renaldo. That's right. That's, I believe Renaldo sees Gayton in a different light after Gayton initially defended him. I'm pretty sure that Renaldo sees Gayton as a different person. Yeah, well, you make a fair point there. So Sandy Hunt says, yesterday PA was saying they believe in giving second chances and might invite him to the future. Yes, I'm aware of that. And says, I've been watching Renaldo's shows, including during the last State of the Nation when he kept on making racist comments against Ramaphosa. No, I didn't watch his because I was doing the State of the Nation, so I didn't. So what racist remarks did he make about Ramaphosa? And if he made racist remarks about Ramaphosa, and why did no one go forward and report him to the South African Human Rights Commission at the State of the Nation address? To my recollection, no one reported him for that broadcast. So I think that you're simply applying a standard that's illegitimate because you're making up the phrase racist. Something you don't like, or because he calls Ramaphosa names, that doesn't make it racist. Public figures are open to criticism, and it's not because of their skin color, it's because of their failures. He's still a bad boy. Well, that's your prerogative to say that. Hey, Garrett, how's it going? Excellent stream earlier from Joe and Martin from Free Market Foundation. I didn't see that. Spent the entire day on Twitter urging context, big picture, comparing apples. Oh, yeah, I don't waste your time on Twitter, my lady. Chris, we don't need people kicking Renaldo down this chat. Okay, well, I'm not. No, Malema is not going to court for that. G-Sawyer, I hate the cowering approach to DA, seemingly prepared to throw their own. G-Sawyer, look, again, as I said, the Democratic Alliance, I'm not here to defend them, but I don't really think they have much choice here. Otherwise, they're open to a lot of criticism. This is all intentional. And Anita retracted her message again. I'm not sure why. Always extra crispy. We don't have a statute of limitations here, do we? Is it still 20 years or something? I have no idea. Leaked voice notes on most political parties. Apparently, the ANC wants to poison old ladies in the towel. What? I've never heard that. Yes, using racial slurs is only unacceptable in white people. That's not entirely accurate, Jacques. There have been black South Africans prosecuted for criminal injury and for using racist language. It has happened. It's rare, and it's usually somebody that's expendable. The strategic move to affect cabinet positions. Well, Charles, that's what I said. It's funny how you and I often think alike, Charles. I said, and a couple of people dismissed what I had to say today, people who are also in the media, when I talked to them, when they called me. And I said that, in my view, this is to put pressure on Ramaphosa or to give Ramaphosa the flexibility to demand the DA do something, or for the DA not to get a cabinet position that they want. So anyway, we agree. DA hypocrites, what suspension when they are satisfied the videos demonstrate clear racism? Well, the problem with that, and is your assessment is entirely wrong. Entirely wrong. They don't demonstrate clear racism. And if you can't make the differentiation, then you're either disingenuous or you're not listening. They're not clear racism. The man did nothing other than make an example and explain to people how this is wrong. So it was poor judgment. We'll agree on that. But the rest of what you're saying is simply untrue. Ludwig, have welcome to you. Peter says, same with this Renaldo thing. The person that cut the video into only one should be, yes, that person has committed a crime under South African law. Val Cooper, people just don't get it. Such toxic people walk among us. Yep. Laudine says, human race is so judgmental, that's why I prefer animals. Yeah, gotcha on that. Rudolph, unfortunately, didn't do him any favors to claim it might have been AI rather than acknowledge it. Yes, Rudolph. Yeah, and I initially, when I saw that, assumed that maybe that was a mistake, but we can't make that. Back-a-buddy sounds good, yes, but I need somebody, black-a-buddy, not back-a-buddy. I need someone to set that up. I'm not a South African. I need a South African to do that if you want to do that. I don't know about statute of limitations. Anita, you lead your message a couple times. People tend to say silly things in their 20s. At that stage, they have to still grow up. Please get over it. I'm not under it. I'm just simply explaining to people what's going on. The sad thing is that Renaldo's really serving the interests of, yeah, he does. Jackie Rice, welcome to you. And she supports him. Artie Pandey, good evening to you. Dave Ranke says, I hope cooler heads will prevail. The whole video gets seen. Did the DA even see the whole video in this context? I have no idea. I have no idea if they did or not. I'm not that close to the DA. What I can tell you is that today I saw Jordan Hill Lewis, Tony Leon, Musi Maimani, Alan Windy, and John Steenhuisen. I stumbled into James Self's memorial service a month after his passing at Kirstenbosch. After I finished walking around and live streaming my journey through the botanical gardens, I went shopping in the gift shop, and then I got some food at the Vita Cafe, sat down, and then boom, there's Jordan Hill Lewis. Went over and met him, and then the others I didn't bother, but I saw all those people today as they came, including Musi Maimani, of course, was in the DA during the time that James Self was there. So they all came to pay their respects today at the memorial service for James Self. I stumble into everything. Everywhere I go in South Africa, I stumble into things. So, yeah. Solar Hauler says, I believe a lot of our African people have unfortunately been indoctrinated in getting cults. That's probably true, but not germane. Derek Stewart said he lied about not making the video. He didn't lie to me about it. He told me that this video is coming out. He didn't lie to me about it. So, I mean, I don't, if he lied, it wasn't to me. So I can't ascertain that. He didn't tell me a lie. So maybe he did. Maybe he did. I don't know. I don't know, about 20 years. Mirko Vogel says in the video, Renaldo speaks about what Malema was singing about, and nothing was done about Malema's hate speech. Yep. Rynette Bernardo, welcome back. I hope Renaldo could somehow move on from this and show where his heart is. Unfortunately, he might not be given the chance. And says, non-entity, that was from earlier. I'm way behind this chat. Ironic that all the fuss is proving the point he was trying to make in the video. Isn't it ironic, Joshua? Isn't it ironic? And isn't that a shame? The sword, that if he falls on his sword, it will be falling on the sword. And the video makes his point exactly 100%. You have stated it very correctly. I'm needing to go quiet. And go back to your South African Communist Party office. Okay, Myra Page. And nobody cares about who is going to be deputy president ministers. Exactly. No one's talking about Paul Mashatile, the corruption-accused deputy president, winding up back in that position again. Yeah, what's going on with Fiona? Does anybody know Fiona? And Anita, why do you keep deleting your messages? Julie Dunst, the story made the BBC. Hope the DA stand by. I might be happy to contribute to a fund. Oh, well, somebody can start a back and buddy. Just let me know. You can just go on there and start it tonight. G. Sawyer says, my hope. I'm jumping ahead here. Desmond Chudo said that domestics must poison their man. What? I never heard that, but that's why. Hey, Rebellious Ruth, how's it going there? And Amy's here as well. Anna Marie Douglas. Okay, good evening to you. And I think they might not have any choice other than to expel Renaldo, unfortunately. Jonah, you may be right about that. It's yet to be seen if that's the case, but so maybe you can do a workshop on what free speech is as opposed to hate speech might be helpful. Well, I've done that several times, Dave. I haven't done a workshop, but I've covered the topic several times. And Amy says, just got the news, the same regime that took Renaldo down is now working overtime to dig the past of Ian Cameron. Wow. Well, I'd be shocked if he found something Ian Cameron. But then I haven't known him all that long. Huh. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Amy. But look, these people are they're doing this. They've been waiting to do this forever. So, Chris Ehlers, I was heading to the Human Rights Commission on my case, supported by Lawrence Mullen, so he's the right man. All right, Chris Ehlers, thank you for that. Desmond Tudo, okay, I read that. Hey, Ruth, there you go. Amy, saying hi to Ruthie. Gabriel's here. Good evening, Gabriel. How's the Switzerland? Congo Chris, good evening to you. Flashing in from UK. G. Sawyer and Alex Rudy, thought experiment is not racism. Yeah, correct, but the truth doesn't matter, does it? What's this? Creamy in their pants. Yes, they probably are. The DA is in between a rock and a hard place in terms of South African politics and peace and masses. Yes, joking atheist, that was my point. Don't think this government is going to last. Well, we didn't think it was going to last before this issue came up. Wait till they find something to see. Well, there is stuff in somebody's past, so I've already warned people in private that if the DA caves on this, then it'll be open season and they're going to face all kinds of scrutiny and they will be eviscerated by this. So they're in a tough spot, but they're also in a tough spot if they collapse on this. So, hey, Martz, how's it going? What a time to be in South Africa. Yeah, never expected this to be going on while I'm here. Renaldo should prosecute the real racists for slander and defamation of character. Renaldo can claim a lot of money as compensation for destroying his career as parliamentarian. Yes, he could, if he wins the case. Truth has become bad and evil is good, and N is getting up my nose, says Lucky Monday. Well, N hasn't said anything that really will get him spanked tonight. Mr. Thorne, good evening to you. Charles, none to you. Yeah, anyway, so. All right, well, for those who are here, let me do a quick rundown of what my day was like today. This morning I met with a well-known South African journalist who covers not domestic issues, but international national security, international affairs, geopolitics. One of the South African journalists that I actually respect a great deal. Someone I've been reading for decades, very talented journalist. So I had breakfast with him and a friend, and then from there went to the Rhodes Memorial, something I'd never been to. I've been to Cape Town many times. I'd never gone up there, but Karen from Newlands, it's suggested I go up there since I was nearby. I did. And then I went to Kirstenbosch because I'd never been there either. And wow, what an amazing botanical garden. One of the most amazing in the world from my point of view. Did a live broadcast from there. From there, I went over to Rondebosch. I had an interview. A U.S. newspaper interviewed me about my military career today. And they're going to run a story on me. So spent an hour and a half doing the interview on Zoom. When that was over, met with some people at the Reformation Society. Then I spoke from 7 till about 9 at the Reformation Society and talked about South Africa's election from an outsider's perspective and an observer's perspective since I was there, and then talked about the potentialities in the U.S. election. And then now I'm done for today, and I've got stuff going on tomorrow. So feels like Renaldo's being used as a smokescreen. Yes. Yeah, court cases are expensive. Alex says, I don't even see it as poor judgment. A thought experiment is just that I do care. Alex, yes, well, it's poor judgment because in the South African context, most people realize it doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong. You can't say those words because of the way that the ANC has politically charged that language. So most people should be aware of that who are over the age of 15. It's not a judgment, it's just a statement. I know you can't say that. You haven't heard me using that word. I say K word, or I say I don't even use the N word, but I don't use it in any context because I know that it's explosive in South Africa. So that's where the question or the comment about poor judgment. But we're not talking about somebody in their 40s who is sitting in Parliament. We're talking about somebody who, in their early to mid 20s, is dealing with the situation and becoming an adult. So I'm not justifying, I'm not excusing away. I'm just putting the context in there of how this happened. You can judge for yourself, and many people have judged. Amy, what's going on? Now, Athena says, are we still on Renaldo? The man is done and buried. Let it go. Go through stages of grief if you need to. Well, good evening, Athena. Thank you for your compassion and your empathy. Well-timed strategic opt to influence parliamentary negotiations. Correct, Charles. And Renaldo happens to be the target of it, just because. How much should I ask for on GoFundMe? Are you asking, Renzo? I don't know. I would, well, let's see. $10,000 is 190,000 Rand. Probably needs at least 100,000 Rand would be my guess. I don't know. I've just set up 100,000. Can always increase later. Feel free to disagree with the word used, regardless of context. It's outside the Overton window and far removed from acceptable. There is political interest involved. Congo, yeah. Hey, Vaisal Lemmer, agree with that. Okay, must be something I said. Period. A lot of people in South Africa shouldn't be using racist words in general. Yeah. Congo says, and that's all I want to say about it because it's being discussed. Yeah, it is. Well, Congo, I've been asked repeatedly to weigh in on this issue, and people will ask. So that's the bottom line. And I talk about things that are timely, things that are developing, and this is a developing story. Okay, so hey, Justin, how's it going? And then 200,000 says Junkie. We can let Renaldo rest because kept us in anguish for many years for having a bribe over his downfall till morning. Well, and if you can stay up all night without being mugged, robbed, kidnapped, and wherever you find yourself in South Africa, good luck with that. 80,000 per day in court. That's crazy, Chris. No rest for Renaldo. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, what's this? Hang on a second. The timing of all these allegations just to me, it makes sense. Ian Cameron would be next. White male, easy target, expect more. John Steenhuisen, yep, he'll be after that. Actually, I figured he'd be before Ian Cameron. Yeah. Anyway, so, I mean, everyone's got their opinions. Some people are angry. Some people are angry at Renaldo. Some people are angry for what's happening to Renaldo. This is the South African political context. That's the reality, folks. It really is. What's this? Renaldo should try offshore as legal dispute. We have to choose either Renaldo. What? Yeah, either they can say it or they can't say it. Well, would you consider living in Cape Town? Charles Duplessis. I'm sure I'd consider living in Cape Town, but where in Cape Town? Where in Cape Town? Somerset West is very agreeable to me. Constantia is very agreeable to me, but I don't have that kind of cash. There's a geocache at the Rhodes Memorial for those who... Oh, I do geocaching Congo Christmas. I haven't done it for a few years. Well, I didn't know that. Or one just watch the video. Yeah, I know the ANC and FFMK like to use words that the Africans doing. I'm not sure. Renzo says, I'm starting. I need an intro to put there. Renzo, okay, let's do this. Renzo, send me an email so that... Or if you have my contact on WhatsApp, send me a note on WhatsApp if you're on there, Renzo, and then I will draft something up that you can consider putting on there, okay? Just give me till the morning to get it done because it's late. So, yeah. Yes, Twitter is poison. It's toxic. It'll eat your brain. It'll rot your teeth. Rebellious Ruth, it is a really tragic situation, 100%. It's a shame. Yeah. Hendo said Chris Wyatt's email address, and it's not there. There it is. Okay. Trevor Bush says, if Renaldo is expelled, I will not vote DA again. A lot of people say that, but the number of people that will probably go through with that is a handful. Let's just do a little check on something real quick here. I want to see if this has affected his subscriber base, because he had 227,000. And let's just take a look. So, hang on a second. I bet he's getting a lot of views on his videos right now. That doesn't help Renaldo, but I bet he is getting a lot of views as people go look at his content. No, he still has 128,000 subscribers. So it has not affected that. Freedom Front Plus joins, huge mistake. What? They did? Is that news? Did the Freedom Front Plus join the Government of National Unity? Wow. Not only did lose half their votes, but now they're joining the Government of National Unity. That's interesting. Well, Johannesburg is ordered to pay City Power 1 billion rand. There you go. Freedom Front Plus becomes the 7th party to join the Government of National Unity. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Donald Sutherland has died. Oh, Donald Sutherland, 88 years of age, the Canadian actor, Canadian/American, has died, folks. Yep, Freedom Front Plus. Okay, and then there were 7. Freedom Front Plus announced this afternoon that they decided to join the Government of National Unity. They received an invitation to be part of it, and after careful consideration, decided to get involved to help restore and rebuild South Africa, said Peter Renaldo. He said the party signed a statement of intent. We'll use the opportunity to implement and promote the party's policies and mandate from its voters. All right, well, there you go. So there you go. Freedom Front Plus agreed. What's this? In the inauguration speech, Ramaphosa said, echoed the Freedom Front Plus slogan that South Africa has to be restored and rebuilt. And they agree with that. They had 4 demands for cooperation: establishment of an implementation agency to solicit public-private partnerships. The Freedom Front Plus's only MPL taking the position of chairperson of local government oversight committee. That's interesting. Recognize the constitutional advancement that Oranje has made in its quest for self-determination over the past 30 years, and the recognition to the fact that the Afrikaner pursuit to develop the so-called Northwest Corridor as a home for their language and culture within the framework of the Constitution and Bill of Rights was legitimate as far as government was concerned. Well, that is a huge development. If obviously the ANC agreed to that and the DA agreed to that, that's crazy. Not crazy, but crazy interesting. Wow. Wow. Now we don't know if they'll get a cabinet position. Donald Sutherland has died. Donald Sutherland, the enigmatic Canadian actor whose lengthy career encompassed films including The Dirty Dozen and The Hunger Games, has died, according to his son. With a heavy heart, I tell you, my father, Donald Sutherland, has passed away, said actor Kiefer Sutherland. Wow. The elder Sutherland had a distinctive look and piercing eyes that brought depth and mystery to the range of roles he essayed over half a century on the big screen. Wow. Yep. Wow. He also played in MASH, I remember that. So Donald Sutherland, 88. Man, all these people just dying. That sucks. Yep, Keith the Sutherland's father. So you're right, the Freedom Front Plus has joined it. Yeah, he was a great actor. I really enjoyed Donald Sutherland. Yes, politics is a blood sport, Ants. And yeah, Garrett. Oh, I talked about that. A toy gun? That's what Malema said? What a lying sack of manure. Okay. 115 likes. Is that all? Can we get some more? Well, I don't like the DA. John Saint is spineless, but I hate the ANC, says Chris Sanders. Keep our uneducated mob. Yeah, exactly. Don't understand what racism is. What other job will he do, says Freelance Kate? Well, Freelance Kate, I am privy to what may or may not happen there. Who are you talking about? Renaldo? I'm not going to weigh in on this. Is that what you're talking about? And the Action SA is not part of the Government of National Unity, not yet anyway. He was in court yesterday. Okay. What else I missed here? Ann says Malema is the smartest accused and constant pain in the heart of DA and AFRIFORM members. No, Congo and Joseph Malema is the constant chest pain in all rational, cogent, living, breathing Homo sapiens who find that his rhetoric, which intentionally is meant to divide people, is dangerous and should not be allowed. Okay. Oddball and Kelly's. It was the Oddball and Kelly's Heroes, that's right. Okay. All right. So yeah. Oddball. Yeah. Yeah. Donald Sutherland, folks. I mean, that's a bummer. I mean, look, I had this conversation today with the folks at the Reformation Society in Rondebosch when I gave my presentation. I said, we all come to the world the same way. Well, most of us either come through the birth canal, some come out through cesarean, but we're born into this world, and we'll all leave this world. I'm not aware of anybody that's been here since time began and is still with us. Unfortunately, we pass from this planet at some point and from this existence. And you should make this existence as good as you can. and hopefully leave the world a better place than you found it, which isn't always possible, but you should try. That's my view on it. Life is precious, and you should grasp the nettle and grab the bull by the horns, and you should make the most of your existence here. Look at En. He's doing it. En is he's dribbling down his leg, all excited about the mess that Renaldo's in tonight. He's enjoying his experience on this planet. All right. Kiefer was a dead ringer for his dad. Yeah. What else? Congress says Peter Renaldo has a wealth of parliament experience since 1990s. He will contribute immensely to a cabinet. Yep. Well, unless the position goes to Corné Mulder, the oldest parliamentarian, the longest serving parliamentarian in South Africa's parliament. Action SA said they want to be a constructive opposition. Yeah, exactly. PA is doing a lot of complaining about the DA and Freedom Front Plus. Well, that's unfortunate. Kate McKenzie needs to toe a little bit better line there. Do join the WhatsApp group, says Hindu. Nigeria, what's this? Jumped ahead on me again. Okay. Sorry, the chat's jumped ahead of me. Your body is just a vessel. Sorry. LL says, Nigerian crying about their president sitting in the second row. Are you serious? Actually, I didn't know that Nigeria's president was there. Obasanjo was there. Obasanjo is not the president of Nigeria. Was the current president there? I didn't see him. I did see Obasanjo. Joking Atheist grabbed him by the horns, but he grabbed him by the nuts. Well, that happens. But yes, Renzo, you need intros, so send me an email and I'll try to have some. Except if you're a North Korean dictator, says Justin. Root says, do you think South Africans with their short-term memories will forget this eventually? Well, and see, that's the thing. There could very well be something that pops up on the screen tomorrow and it distracts South Africans, and it's not just South Africans, people in general have short time frames and memories. Could very well happen, and it could all be water under the bridge. But I mean, this is a tough one, folks. This is not because he did anything wrong, but because the way it's been presented, because the coordinated character assassination. The first video was very clumsily done and did not prove racism, and so they lost credibility. So they came back with this one to try to go after him. So I mean, it's not an easy thing to come back from. So yes. Okay, so Ruth, I'm not sure. Julius, don't know whether he. No idea what you're talking about there. No, he's not American. He's Canadian. Kiefer's American, but Donald was Canadian. Good Bar Benny. Yep, I agree. We all have one-way ticket in life. No retracting, no refunds of cash. But what's more, as we come into this earth with nothing, we end up with less. Yes, and if you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, we're all stardust. We're all stardust. And you see that debris that comes in and lands on the earth every day, tons of it coming in from space, landing on this planet. I'm surprised it doesn't make us happy and slow us down, but we're all stardust. We all were formed in a stellar explosion. Yep. All stardust. But wow, what a creation from stardust. I have a gripe about the inauguration of so many aircraft and flyby were antiques inherited from 8 years ago. They were. Professor Pierre DeVos will or could help Renaldo. Send me that, Chris, as well. Elma 5 Pence says, hello to you. How long do you think Zuma has left in the world? I don't know. I understand he is a life-threatening illness, and that's why he was released from prison. I mean, I guess each and every day that Jacob Zuma is still alive is a blessing, is it not? I mean, he was given just minutes to live, and that's why they let him out of escort prison long before his 15-month sentence was satisfied. I mean, you got to have empathy for the guy. He's on death's door, right? I mean, you did see him dancing in the condo, right? I mean, he's near the edge. Jacob Zuma is in bad shape, folks. Didn't you know that? Yeah, he got compassionate medical release because he's on death's door. Kind of like Shabir Sheikh. Shabir Sheikh, man, these guys. I mean, look, I'm gonna tell you what. You guys dismiss traditional healers, but I'm gonna tell you something. These traditional healers are onto something. Sheikh Shabir and Jacob Zuma have both been cured of whatever terminal illness they had that forced their release from prison. I mean, look, Sheikh Shabir has been playing golf for 10 years now, 12 years since he got released from prison. And Jacob Zuma got released after 3 weeks. I mean, it's some amazing juju out there. I mean, these guys are really using that tradition. I don't know if they go to the fan boss and they pick this stuff up. I don't know. But these guys really, you know, I'm telling you what, we should consider traditional healers, folks. Yep. Oh, my 5 pence says no notification. Well, welcome, UTEP. Erica says, never thought of herself as a star. Did somebody call you a star? Good evening to El My 5 pence. Less media coverage for MK. That's true. No one's talking about MK. Jackie Rice. Good night. Take care, Jackie. Thanks for being here. And Jay-Z got the same disease as Shabir Sheikh. Yeah. Rebellious Ruth is laughing at that. Anna Marie Douglas. Chris, I'm laughing my head off now. Zuma dancing on the edge of death. Exactly. You know, it's, you know, I can see Zuma now. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, baby, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer. Living on a prayer. That's Jay-Z, man. The dude has gone to the traditional healer and he's living on a prayer. I mean, seriously. I mean, look, I'll tell you what. You know, my hip's been bothering me, and I should go to a traditional healer because he can probably take care of that, you know? I mean, whoever is treating Jay-Z is the man. I mean, this dude was on death's door, and the government had to get him out of jail for compassionate medical reasons. And he got the same disease as Shabir Sheikh. I'm telling you, man, it's magic. You can do magic. You can have anything that you desire. Now everybody's leaving because I'm singing. Yeah. Who would have thought that golf had said, yeah, golf is an amazing Jay-Z. That's right. That's right. You got it right, Soul Blade. Jay-Z. I've always been calling him Jay-Z. I've been saying it forever. Somebody finally caught on there. Yeah, no, it's, look, I'm going to tell you, whatever they put on the fertilizer at those golf courses, it is magic. Its healing powers are unbelievable. And I think it's traditional healers that they hire to do that. Ruth is out of here. It's midnight, folks. And it's fair, Colonel. He's allergic to jail. Ursula said, DA can suck it. I will never vote for them again. Renaldo's not racist, never was. Can't even bother to stand by. Okay, hang on, Ursula. I'm not defending the DA, but hang on. I said this earlier. Please listen. The DA has no choice. Politically, they have no choice but to suspend him and do an investigation. And that's what they've done. They didn't kick him out. They didn't cut him loose. They may very well do that, but that's not what they've done. Be understanding here. This is not the ANC. You can't have accused criminals in your midst. You don't have an option if you're the DA. There's a dual standard here in work, and they have no choice but to take this action. So, Ursula, I understand where you're coming from, but please, well, you're not going to vote for the DA anytime soon, unless there's a by-election, but hold your fire, keep your powder dry, conserve your powder, and if you want to fire after we find out what happens, then do it. But yeah, golf, how boring. Slap a ball and then go look for it. Well, Chris, if you lose it, I don't lose my balls. I always know where my balls are. And when I play with my balls, wait a second, that didn't sound right. That did not sound right when I play with my balls. When I'm looking for my golf ball, I'm not looking for it because I know where I hit it. Heard that you've been deported for supporting Renaldo. What are you talking about on my 5 pence? That's not even a funny thing to say. Knock it off. I laughed enough tonight. Renaldo made my evening. Let me go enjoy my bride. Good night, Colonel. Good night. Good night, and have a good night. Cheers. Thanks for being here. Chris says, I lost mine, not to worry. Oh, that's not funny, Chris. Yep. Look how it has healed Shabir Sheikh. Yep. Thanks for the stream. That sounds awful, says Erica. Yeah. Well, I did lose my ball, not my balls. Remember that? My rugby ball? I left it at the hotel. Fairness says it's not, you said it's not funny after you laughed about it. Hey, look, I'm like the ANC. I have two standards. There's my standard and there's your standard. Heard on Joe Amelia's program, but I'm glad you're still up. What are you talking about, LY5 Pence? What did you hear on Joe Amelia's program? First off, who said I supported Renaldo? Who said I attacked Renaldo? Who said I support him? I haven't done anything but objectively report things, and anybody that says anything to the contrary is full of crap and is another liar. Currently, you better not have watched your Bulls hoodie. We need that Muti to help them win this weekend. No, I've got my Bulls jersey, my hoodie. G. Klassen says, what happened to Renaldo? Dude, are you serious? Where have you been? For 3 days now, he's been under assault. He's been attacked, coordinated political attack, initially with a video in which a false claim was made that he said racist things, which wasn't true. And then an altered video, which came out in which he said racist comments, but he said it in the context of talking politically about how people can say certain things and other people can't say things like this. And then he disavowed it and said, I don't believe in any of that. But that was all taken out of the video, and it wasn't included. And so there's a political hit job going on here. So you don't know that? Sorry, Classens, but it's out there. Joe Biden crapping his pants. Respects for being on blog from 1 to 2 a.m. Oh, I was on the radio last night at 1 o'clock in the States. Yep. What rugby tomorrow? You mean Saturday? Okay. Yeah, Arctic is in South Africa right now. Charles is on the cell phone. Okay. Okay. What did Joe Amelia post? Something about me? Okay. And where did he post it? Twitter or on his YouTube channel? Anyway, yeah, so we're losing some folks here as we come up on an hour. We'll go for about an hour, then we'll knock off because it's late. Yeah. I'm not sure what Joe Amelia posted, what people are talking about. Joe had a stream earlier today. Okay. All right, well, I'll have to watch the stream and see what it said. What else here? Okay. Faye says, all the news outlets just pushing crazy for DA to react. They can't judge the EFF in the same video. Exactly. Christine Ehlers versus Bowler Udam Africa. Oh, okay. We all have to develop and increase our sense of humor and grow thicker skins and have a restful, peaceful night. Jackie, I think that's a fair statement. Interesting that Arctic knows the case that Chris was involved in. Anyway, what's crap? What's crap? Instead of WhatsApp. Gotcha. Interesting. Anyway, 138 likes, 163 people here. So, we need more whiskey. Oh, man, Arctic, man. I'm starting to worry about that guy's liver. He's always drinking. My cappuccino is quite cold now, but it's got a lot of sugar, so it's fine. Joe did a stream the other day, a stream of diarrhea. Okay. Alrighty then, Chris. What is your favorite meal you have had in South Africa on this trip? Any place you would want to plug? I plugged a few places. I plugged Moo Moo in Pretoria. Other than that, I don't think I've hit any new locales or specific meals. I had Ocean Basket at OR Tambo. Some people are going to go, ew. I have to think about that. My favorite place this trip? Gosh, it's been such an amazing trip. I think my favorite day this trip was the first full day I was here when I went to 12 polling stations on election. That was really exciting. England drew against Denmark 1-1. Ugh, Euro soccer. Ugh. Speaking boring. Anyway. Okay, yeah, so favorite meal? I don't know. I don't know which favorite meal it might be, but I've had some really good meals on this trip. Yeah, so really don't know what to say about that. 160 people here, 142 likes. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, at midnight. You guys, when I'm in the States, I never get night owls, this many people showing up. Never, ever, ever, ever. And I do it earlier. This Moo Moo is a steakhouse, I guess. Not, but it is a steakhouse in Pretoria, yep. Chris says, would you consider it hate speech addressing someone by their biological gender and not a fake suit? I'm not sure what you mean by that, fake suit. Are you saying that if someone, their biological gender, you address biological sex? So if you're male and someone addresses you as a female, or if you're saying that they're male but pretending to be female, or dressing as female, not pretending but dressing as female, and they address you as male, you'd have to give me the context, Chris. I mean, I'd have to, that whole thing has been really blown out of proportion. You and I both know that right now. Watch Dr. Mark Felton. Heinrich was Walter P.K. was sold in auction for $375,000. Wow. Respects was for Chris, Erica, and CB staying up on the radio show. Oh, okay, Myra. Cool beans. The human chapter is going, what are you contemplating, human chapter? What are we missing here? Is the Starbucks in South Africa the same as America? No, it's not. But I don't drink coffee, so I can't say. But I can tell you that Starbucks in South Africa is not the same. In fact, some of them are massive. And they're also, in my view, poorly run. The truth should matter, though. And yes, D8 Caves, they can kiss my book goodbye. Yeah, so D8 Caves, they could probably kiss their party goodbye from my perspective, because next they'll be Steenhuisen. They'll go after Ian Cameron. They'll go after a whole bunch of people. They all want to survive me, Helen Zilla. I have no issue addressing a trans as male or female, but they never convinced me that they're female, says Joking Atheist. All right, gotcha on that one. So, guys, it is midnight, and it's probably time we wrap up. Thanks for being here. Be sure to give us a like on the stream. You can get any super chats. I don't think I have any subscribers here, but thank you all. And we'll talk more about, Arctic says Starbucks sucks. He hates Starbucks. So just, there you go. LS says, Colonel, when last you had a proper home-cooked meal? Yes, I have. I have been to Bloemfontein. You have a room and a meal ready for me. Okay, LS. Next time I come, you have to remind me of that. I may get back to Bloemfontein next time. Listen, folks, next time I come, I'm considering going to Oranje, because people keep going on and on about me going to Oranje. And while I will mean a video with 300 views, I'll take that. I try to satisfy my audience. Off the top here, just read an article, the U.S. banks face $525 billion losses, threatening banks U.S. already on the edge of massive financial crisis. $525 billion losses for what? For what? Hetke says, Lekker and Chris. Well, good night to you. And I'm going to wrap up here, folks. Thank you. God bless. Renzo, I think it was Renzo, make sure you send me an email. I'll look at it, and I'll draft something that you can put on there, okay? And thank you for coming up with that, okay? Roy Boss T, keep your water Starbucks. Is my return ticket to the U.S. open-ended? No, it's final to the States, but I'll buy another ticket and come back. Have you seen Scares of late? I don't know what's that, Scares of late, on my 5 pence. Can Chris spell Utzhorn? Yes, I can. Aren't allowed to run you. More Afrikaans, less German. Whoop. Wat is whoop? Wat is whoop? Whoop. Impairment loss on credit. Huh? I have no idea. Okay, you guys are getting giddy now at this hour. Of course I'm allowed in Oranje. They love me in Oranje. You know, somebody mentioned me in Benoni today. Remember that from the guys in Cape Town? Somebody mentioned me in Benoni today. That was too funny. Too funny. All right. Listen, today I didn't get recognized by anybody that I'm aware of walking around. So that was different. Let the uncle go now. All right, kiddies. Have a good night. God bless and be safe out there. If you're a supporter of Renaldo, have empathy for him. If you don't like Renaldo, that's your prerogative. But be fair in your judgment and look at what happened and not what people are pushing. Krugersdorp, okay? People around you think Paul Kruger has been raised from the dead. We don't want to frighten them. Good night, everybody. Cheers. Take care of yourselves.